Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American society safely? What benefits and subsidies will you provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this. America's immigration system is broken and it needs to be fixed. And it's been broken for a long time. And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you, I'm the only person in this race among the two choices that voters have.
That voters have that is prosecuted transnational gangs. Listen, everything that she said up to this point, we've heard 1,000 times. He asked some pointed questions. How is this process going to work? Is it going to come out of taxpayer money? How much is going to come out of taxpayer money? So on and so forth. There were some really intelligent questions, and I think that he framed it beautifully to get this about her. We don't want to hear, I can already predict what she's going to say. We don't want to hear about transnational gangs. We don't want to hear about fentanyl. We don't hear about none of that word salad. We want to get straight to it.
I've personally prosecuted transnational criminal organizations in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have spent a significant part of my career making sure that our border is secure and that we do not allow criminals in and we don't allow that kind of trafficking to happen and come into our country. And as my opponent has proven himself.
Why is she talking about Trump and why is she stumbling over her words? Oh man, I can't believe that y'all would consider having this woman in the White House as the president of the United States of America.
He would have trafficking to happen and come into our country. And as my opponent has proven himself, he would prefer to run on the problem instead of fix the problem.
What happened in 2001 and 2022? What are we going to do about it? How are we going to pay for it? How much is going to come out of taxpayer dollars? How long is this process going to last? We want details. That was a beautiful question.
The bill he tried to get passed in 2021, that wasn't able to get passed. 2022, 2023, there were record border crossings. Your administration took hundreds of executive actions. It didn't stem the flow. Numbers kept going up. Finally, in 2024, just in June, 3 weeks before the first presidential debate with Joe Biden, you institute executive actions that had a dramatic impact, really shut down people crossing over. Why didn't your administration do that in 2022, 2023?
First of all, you're exactly right, Anderson. And as of today, we have cut the flow of immigration by...
I'm surprised that Anderson Cooper actually pressed her.
Over half.
Because she didn't answer that boy's question, not even a little bit.
In fact, the numbers I saw most recently, illegal immigration.
But if it was that easy with that executive action, why not do it in 2022, 2023?
Because we were working with Congress and hoping that actually we could have a long-term fix to the problem instead of a short-term fix.
You couldn't have done one and both at the same time?
Well, here's the thing. We have to understand that ultimately this problem is going to be fixed through congressional action. Congress has the authority and the purse. I hate to use DC terms, but literally they write the checks. Part of the issue is in order to really fix the problem at the border. I was just at the border recently talking with border agents. You know what they talk about? Yes, they are overwhelmed. They're working around the clock. And the other thing that they talk to me about, we need more judges down there to deal with asylum claims.
You know what also they said? They said that they endorsed Donald Trump for president. That's a fact. They said that they endorsed Donald Trump for president, and they also said that you haven't been visiting the border since you've been in office over the last 3.5 years. Listen, man, y'all can let the word salad all day long, but I'm telling you that it is going to be a wave of red that is going to flow over this country because people know what's really happening and they are not stupid. You don't have enough people to be able to vote based off of identity politics to save her from herself.
Let's talk about this compromise bill that you want to pass if you're elected. You said that's going to be a priority. It includes $650 million in funding for the border wall. That's something Republicans wanted. That was part of the compromise. Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw is about 2%. And then when it came for time for him to do a photo op, you know where he did it? In the part of the wall that President Obama built.
But you're agreeing
So
to a
come
bill
on.
that would earmark $650 million to continue building that wall.
I pledge that I am going to bring forward that bipartisan bill to further strengthen and secure our border. Yes, I am. And I'm going to work across the aisle to pass a comprehensive bill that deals with a broken immigration system. I think Jackson's question, part of it was to acknowledge that America has always had migration, but there needs to
That wasn't a part of his question. That was not a part of his question. Don't put words in his mouth.
It's like, let's just fix this thing. Let's just fix it. Why is there any ideological perspective on this? Let's just fix the problem.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So
Anderson.
you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? What you think about this?